Mike and Eva, just yesterday we were taking our groceries home in a blue plastic bag like this one. Speed Check gas station I'm at right now is normally the cheapest gas in Erie, and just this week they jumped over the $4 mark. Now I want you to take a look at this. And some of these essential items include socks, wipes, masks, and even diapers, and they all wrapped up and placed here. At the top of the website, they will have this link that you can just click on. It says July 22nd through the 29th. Support United Way's Community School Drive. It will take you to this list of all the different schools and their wish list that they have. You see all of this here? All of this was originally placed at a loved one's headstone, but they was all just recently picked up and they were thrown here. So we have our windshield, we have our car here. Now, viewers, this is where you come and use your imagination, okay? I decided to take a dive in myself, which isn't the only method that you can use because a cold shower can work too. But Kogan said as long as you control your breathing, you can get through this method. Once boxes are packed and they're put onto Second Harvest Food Bank trucks, they're then sent off to different sites. It's costing her double than what it did a few years back. That's because of the rise of prices on the materials. So today they wanted to cover new ground. Some people started at her residence, others started here and moved that way towards Geneva Swamp. And speaking of that, I want to tell you guys something that Bristol told me this morning that a veteran told her was that if I can serve in it, then you can stand in it. So you know what that means for us? We had to stand in it. 9 felony charges of aggravated animal cruelty was made to a Springboro resident. It was right here in Perry Square where 14-year-old Emily's life changed. And to this day, she's still suffering mentally from an incident that could have been easily prevented. When the students finished learning more about the history of the Vietnam War over at the Education Center, they made their way over here to the wall to read the names.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Judy!
And that was a nice gesture that the Erie Arts and Culture did for Miss Judy. It was her 80th birthday, so we really hope that she enjoyed it. In the studio, Keelin Berrian, Erie News Now.
I am excited, and I stand on that. I'm more excited because what our community did is hold a corporation responsible for not abandoning us, leaving another abandoned building here.
2 months after Buffalo experienced tragedy in its community, the doors are opening again.
For the first time in a long time, we faced our fears.
Upon entry, you can instantly see renovations. The storefront is different, the inside with shelving and added security measures are in place. According to the store manager, majority of its employees returned for the reopening. Others are at different locations. A lot of renovations were made to this grocery store to try not to remind everyone of what happened 2 months ago on May 14th. But in front of the grocery store, you're still reminded of the 10 victims that lost their lives, with dozens of roses, pictures, and messages to the Buffalo community. But despite everyone's excitement, Pastor Darius Priggen says we must stay on topic of the main issue.
Racism in America. There's a new argument that begins to separate us, and we get off of the main point. Racism, white supremacy.
The new argument that separates everyone is whether Tops should remain open or torn down and replaced with a park.
We have no time to now give so much energy to what we call this side of town or whether the store is open or not. Tops as a corporation, they listened to the immediate community that was around it and they opened. If they're really against it, all I say is respect the people who need it.
One of the people that worked here, she's a manager of the produce department, and she says, no, I'm afraid about going back.
Martha Olszewski is a disaster mental health specialist, which helps people that experience dramatic events.
I said, just remember, you're all in this together. So you're there to care for each other and to support each other.
But after all, residents believe the events that happen here should be an example for other cities to stick together.
You should use this to say, you know what, there's a triumph after the tragedy.
Keelin Berrian, Erie News Now.
By the time we got here, it was a total loss.
Eric and Julie McCrae says they were gone and don't know what happened. They were at church and that's when they received a phone call from Dad saying their red barn was on fire.
The neighbor, which happens to be my dad, he pulled something like my tractor away and stuff. We're hobby racers. We lost a lot of memories.
Memories they've been creating since 1997 and can't get back. You can see the exposed and burnt installation, the roof completely gone. When Erie News Now arrived at the scene, firefighters were soaking remaining hot areas, but all that's left is a smoky barn.
We had a lot of friends and family, people from church that showed up, offering to pitch a hand. But yeah, we'll just wake up tomorrow morning and see where we go.
How are they feeling about how things went today, Keelin?
Well, Mike and Eva, when they first started out the day, they was feeling hopeful. Now, that feeling has changed. Now they're feeling worried. Tomorrow's her big day, and they just do not want her to miss it.
I've not had a birthday without her for the last 7-8 years now. So to have one day or one birthday without her is not even an option for us at this point.
With Candace's birthday on Saturday, search teams are back on ATVs, state police on mounted units, and community volunteers are on foot to look for her.
We're not stopping until we find her. We gotta find her.
So as the saying goes, it takes a village.
We're going to area RSD 61.
And for Candace, it's all hands on deck to find her.
Her and I, we always had this saying that we had each other's back. So now it's my turn to really step it up and have her back and find her and bring her home.
While everyone searched through woods in different areas, they're hoping Coffey's Nose is her birthday and will come back home.
As of right now, we'll probably end up continuing to search if we have not found her today. However, if we can't, we're going to just keep pushing.
We've received a lot of tips that have been calling into the state police barracks and notifying us of things that they've seen or people that may have matched her description, and we've sent troopers out to check on those tips. None of them have been credible so far.
So with combined community efforts, Candace Coffey's can be home for her 35th birthday.
We're not stopping. We miss her. We love her. We need her home. It's not that we want her home. We need her home.
Right. They miss her. Everyone does miss her, and they all want her home. Earlier today, around 4:45, 5 o'clock, there was a possible lead at a soybean field, but after searching, it just led to another end.